And this one, we got the Bucks at the Clippers. Looking at the last time they played just a few days ago, the Bucks won in Milwaukee. The Bucks, Giannis is on the injury report, game time decision. Middleton is out, and to be honest with you, I'm just gonna lean towards the Clippers. I feel like they should be able to cover this spread. Plus, you get that plus money. And for the game total, I have a slight lean for the under. And this one, we got the Rockets at the Kings. Looking at the last two games these teams have played, the Rockets won both of those games, and they both were in Houston, and those were in the beginning of the season. But looking at now, the Kings, they got a little bit better, so I have a slight lean for the Kings. And honestly, I really wouldn't be surprised if the Rockets actually covered that spread also. I'm sort of 50-50 with this game, but I might do a second parlay with the Rockets. And in this one, we got the Pacers at the Magic. Looking at the last two times these teams have played, were back in December and one was back in November. The Magic have won both games and they both were played in Indiana. And usually, when the Magic are home, they usually cover the spread easily. And the Halliburtons, they're good, but I got the slightest lean towards the Magic. Just keep your eye on the injury report because Markel Fultz and Jalen Suggs are game time decision, but either way, they should be able to cover this or just get the money line. And in this one, we got the Pelicans at the Hawks. Looking at the last time they played was back in November and the beginning of the season. The Hawks won that in New Orleans, but that was months ago. I told y'all things have changed. There's been trades and stuff like that, so the Pelicans should easily cover this spread. Honestly, the Hawks, they have a few people on the injury report too, so I have a slight lean towards the Pelicans. And in this one, we got the Wizards at the Heat. Looking at the last two times these teams have played, the Heat won both times. The last time they played was last month, and the Heat won that in Washington. Looking at the injury report, the Heat got a few players out, and the Wizards got two guys out, but the Heat should be able to win this game. But for that spread, I'm going to have to lean towards Washington. That's sort of a huge number. I feel like they'll keep it competitive. But if you pick the Heat, I'll just go money line. But the spread wise, I lean towards the Wizards. And in this one, we got the Nets at the Cavs. Looking at the last time these teams have played, the Cavs have won all three games. The last one was last month, actually. And looking at the injury report for both teams, it looks like their key players are out, which is crazy. But I feel like Cleveland is still the better team. They should be able to cover this spread. If I know some people like to keep it safe, you could pick the money line. And for the game total, I have a slight lean for the over. I feel like it might hit like 210. And in this one, we got the Grizzlies at the Thunder. Looking at the last time these two teams have played, the Thunder won back in Oklahoma. This was back in December. But man, looking at the injury report for the Grizzlies, there's like 6 people on the list, man. The Thunder should just come in here and just blow this team out. I automatically lean towards the Thunder. They should just come in here and just blow them out. And in this one, we got the 76ers at the Knicks. Looking at the last two times these teams have played, the Knicks have won both matchups. The last one was probably about a week or two ago back in Philly, but they're in New York now. I'm going to lean towards the Knicks. Even though both teams, they have a few of their key players out, but Philly, they basically their manpower is gone. So I lean towards the Knicks. And for the game total, I have a slight lean for the under. And in this one, we got the Timberwolves at the Lakers. To be honest with y'all, this is probably my favorite game for the night. And looking at the last time these teams have played, the Timberwolves won both games back in Minnesota. That was back in December 30th. And looking at the injury report for both teams, it looks like Cat is out for the Timberwolves. Edwards is game time decision. And for the Lakers, it's the same people, game time decision. But I feel like LeBron and AD are definitely going to play tonight just to show an example to the Timberwolves. So I'm going to lean towards the Lakers on this one. And for the game total, I have the slightest lean for the over.